All right, buenas tardes, everybody. Buenas tardes, everybody. All right, you guys ate this morning and this afternoon. My name is Eduardo Samaniego. I myself am an undocumented immigrant. I am lucky enough to be a full-time student at Hampshire College, but as so many others that are out there right now don't have the same opportunities that I do. I am grateful to be here, to be in front of you, and I am grateful for you showing up today and coming out to show some solidarity. As we know, what happened today is just another show of white supremacy, and it's just part of another agenda that is not supported for the great majority of the voters and the people of this country, but nevertheless is happening with our consent. So I'm glad to see you here. We're going to have a good run today, and please stick with us. And if you see that it's starting to rain on the back, please come together. We're going to have a moment to light some candles, to hold some moments of silence for those out there that are not here with us right now, and we'll have a good program. All right. I personally think that we saw this coming. Undocumented youth and those who qualify for the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, which was won and fought by students who did civil disobediences, who disturbed the presidency of Barack Obama until he agreed and gave up and passed and agreed to sign DACA. We saw this moment coming since the moment Donald Trump got elected. Why? Because he ran on this. This was part of his campaign, and this is just one more thing that is becoming a reality during his presidency. So this is nothing new. That doesn't change the fact that it's a moment of tremendous sadness and disappointment for so many of us. So many of us came here, to give you the everyday speech, trusting, believing, with our hearts open, and we really did. And today, it's yet another disappointment, another slap on the face for millions and millions of undocumented immigrants in the United States. As you know, this is not something that is new to us. The fact that there is an immigrant sentiment is nothing new for us. In 2012, Democrats controlled the House of Representatives. Democrats controlled the Senate. They had a filibuster-proof majority in the Senate. Yet, they failed to pass immigration reform. As a result of that, we are here today. Right. And I just want to say that this goes both ways. Now Republicans have control of the House of Representatives, they have control of the Senate, and they have the presidency. And now we are seeing that their agenda is becoming a reality, an anti-immigrant agenda, and we couldn't have the same thing from the Democrats. So we are here not to be partisan and not to be for Democrats or Republicans, but we are here to do the right thing and stand for all 11 million undocumented. The narratives are often lost in the whole back and forth of politics. But this is not only a Latino issue. As we see it every day on TV, there is about 565,000 black undocumented immigrants living in this country. And they not only have to worry about not having a social security number, they not only have to worry about not having a driver's license, they not only have to worry about not being able to become eligible for state tuition, but they also have to worry about being black. And I think that that's one of the things that we always have to bring forth. The same goes for the Asian American community. It's about 3.3% of them are DACA beneficiaries, and they will be affected greatly, especially in the state of California. So, being that said, I just want to lay the groundwork here and tell you what happened in the past that led us to this moment today. Now we're here today. We saw the announcement by Jeff Sessions this morning. I don't know if you guys heard, but that is one of the nastiest anti-immigrant, inhumane speech I've ever seen in my life. I was hurt, I was disgusted, but mostly I was enraged. Because the same rhetoric to about being law-abiding citizens is being used, that we always try to say in the immigrant community that we're law-abiding, but that doesn't change the fact that they're using that same rhetoric to criminalize our community, to make us into this illegal alien that they're trying to push, and eventually, put us all in jail. So now we're going to have Diana. Diana is a student at Smith College. So Diana is also from the state of Georgia. We both struggled in the state of Georgia because we were undocumented. And even though we were, the usual rhetoric about the perfect model student, we couldn't even apply to the universities in Georgia. And that is why we are here today in the state of Massachusetts. And as much as we want to tell you that the state of Massachusetts is better, we have nothing to show for it. So, please, Diana, take it away.
So first, maybe can we move up a little bit? Maybe if you guys want to sit down in front, just so more people can see. You don't have to sit down if you want. So like Eduardo said, I'm here to talk about why we're here today. This morning I watched the announcement, so just sessions, and I'm just going to talk about what that means. So the facts about what this means. This means that no new DACA applications will be accepted after today. Pending DACA renewal applications will be decided and approved or denied under existing rules with an approval of good for 2 years. If your DACA expires before March 5th, 2018, you can file to renew your DACA prior to that time, and if approved, the extension will be good for 2 years. All pending advanced parole requests will be denied, but if you have advanced parole, it will be honored on re-entry. No more advanced parole requests will be accepted. So what does this mean for current DACA holders? I myself have DACA, and this has impacted me greatly. DACA youth have been able to support themselves and their families and put themselves through college with DACA. 12% have brought a home, 54% have bought their first car, 90% have jobs or are in school. And so, like Eduardo said, this has been a win for white supremacy. The great majority of U.S. citizens do support DACA, contrary to what the administration is trying to tell us. And so I just want to emphasize that all the language that was used, all of what Jeff Sessions said, calling us illegal aliens, we're not aliens, and a human being is illegal, so he is to be in government. And he also talked about law and order and how this is the thing to do because we need to enforce the law. But just because it's coming from the Department of Justice, just because it's coming from our administration, does not mean that it is just. Does not mean that it's human. As we have seen in the past from other movements, just because something is legal does not mean that it is okay. And that excuse is not valid anymore. So now we're going to have some singers come up and show solidarity. And then Angelica will come back to share stories. Thank you.
Jones, and we'd like to bring you a song. And this was inspired from some time that we spent in southern Mexico, where some really radical, amazing people are creating another world, and they have a slogan of another world is possible. And they talk about bringing power from below and from the left, and from continually walking step after step, and questioning ourselves as we go forward, and not just holding to something and going forward, but that reflexive process. So, and this is a join along, and the more people that sing, the more people will be comfortable to sing. So
maybe we should say the words of the chorus.
Yeah, you'll be fine, right? You're brave. You got this. You don't need a warm-up. All right. So, in the world that I see, there is suffering, there's danger and deportation. In the world that I see, there is so much pain, there are wars and wars. But we know otro mundo es posible, otro mundo es posible. Another world is possible, another world is possible. Otro mundo es posible, otro mundo es posible. We all know another world is possible. From below and to the left, let's go walking and questioning. From below and to the left, let's go singing and dancing. From below and to the left, put your hearts into it, because otro mundo es posible, otro mundo es posible. Another world is possible, another world is possible. Otro mundo es posible, otro mundo es posible. Vamos caminando y preguntando desde abajo. Y vamos cantando y bailando desde abajo. Y la izquierda, échale ganas, porque otro mundo es posible, otro mundo es posible. Another world is possible, another world is possible. Otro mundo es posible, otro mundo es posible. Oh no, last time. Otro mundo es possible, otro mundo es posible, otro mundo es posible. Another world is possible, another world is possible. Like you mean it. Otro mundo es posible, otro mundo es posible. Oh no, another world is possible. Give yourselves a round of applause. Muchas gracias. Hello everyone, my name is Angelica, and now we're going to do some story sharing. So I came here when I was about 12 years old, and I didn't have DACA right away, of course, because it happened in 2012. And so in 2012 I started college. I started Holy Community College, and I didn't have DACA at the time. So I started going to HEC without any documents, and it was very hard because not only did I have to work, under the table, but I also had to pay out-of-state tuition, even though I was a Massachusetts resident for a very long time. And so then after I received DACA, and I was able to go to school, I was able to graduate from Holy Community College, and now I have I am now moving on to another institution. So with the ending of DACA, it would mean that after I get my degree, I won't be able to work in the field that I, have chosen to work with, which is immigration. And so DACA
the ending of DACA would really affect me personally, and I know a lot of other students that will be affected by the ending of DACA as well. Also, I wanted to say that sharing our stories does not mean, the good immigrant versus the bad immigrant, right? We're both good immigrants. We're all good immigrants. We're all immigrants, right? Sharing our stories does not mean that we are telling you that we are deserving versus other people, because everyone deserves to not be afraid of where they go and who they are, right? It also means that our parents are not at fault for bringing us here, right? They're saying that, our parents are at fault for bringing us here, that, we didn't choose to come here, but how we feel about our parents is that we're grateful, right? We're grateful because they brought us to another country for us to be safe, So demonizing our parents does not work for anyone. So now I want to open the space for other documented and undocumented students to speak up. Next, we have Diana, who we already heard from, who's from Smith College. Hi again. I just wanted to come back to share a little bit more of my personal story. I was born in El Salvador, and I came to the United States with my family when I was 4 years old. We came here legally with tourist visas that later expired, and then we were undocumented. I applied for DACA when I was 15, and before DACA, it didn't really matter to me whether I had a work permit. And I did notice that people, my friends and everything, were getting driver's licenses, and then they were asking me why I couldn't, and that really sucked to explain. But I was lucky that I was young enough that I didn't have to go through that for a long time. So DACA has helped me a lot in that way, and my sisters too. Thank you. But to me, it doesn't matter that I came here when I was 4. I don't remember El Salvador. But even if I came here 2 years ago, that doesn't matter to me. That doesn't mean that this still isn't my home, and that I don't still deserve human rights just like anyone else.
That's right.